And welcome you guys to the team call, and then welcome all those who watch the recording of this. It is our December, what is it, the 10th? Let me see, the 10th, yes, December 10th. So we are like, holy cow, like this year for me has flown by. The last 3 months has just like flown by. So it's been crazy going by fast, but because lots of fun things are happening.
I agree.
There we go. So, okay. I'm hearing, let's see.
Like an echo.
Yeah, an echo. Okay. Oh, no. Okay. There we go. So first, let me just say this month, this is where counting this business is a blessing, because we get to work it when we can, not work it when we can't. Being honest with when, whether or not we're making excuses, or if it really is a busy time. It is really a crazy time. And I love the fact that I've had a baby and I'm able to still work the business at 10 o'clock at night. And so as there is a whole bunch of hustle and bustle, the two things to really focus on this month, number one, is to just get in front of as many people as possible. And that is through, Facebook messages, that is through connecting to people at parties, being friendly and smiling, because this is the time when most people are walking around. Like, I went to the store the other day, and granted, my kids were unruly, but I looked, and most people just like had straight faces or like frowns. And it's like, stand out this month by being the person who is happy for the holidays. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, happy and merry. Don't forget those words in front of it, and just connect with as many people as possible to let them know you're thinking of them, and be in front of as many people as possible, because they're starting to think about Christmas and gifts. And next year, come January 1st, everybody will have had their New Year's resolution, and health and finances are the top two New Year's resolutions. And if you're the one showing up in their life as the person who's committed, they want to go to people who are committed because they know them, they'll be there for them. The other thing to focus on then is your social media posts. Because if you're showing that you're working out and you're doing your best, and it's not picture perfect. I love, Lena, what you posted with how food is information, and it's not, good or bad. So you're not like, I am totally making peanut butter Hershey Kiss Blossom cookies this weekend, So it's not about not having anything this month. It's about being conscious of what you're doing and enjoying the festivities. And I told Cameron, you can't get away with making lemon squares and sugar cookies any other time of the year, but right now it's okay. Any other time of the year is totally indulging and totally, completely because you want to sabotage. But it's not considered sabotaging this month. So enjoy this month consciously. That's one thing that I really have enjoyed since becoming a coach and learning more about my food, is that I have enjoyed the festivities, but I don't come out of the holidays feeling like I'm in a sugar coma. Like, you can't overeat and enjoy yourself because you're just feeling yucky. So have fun these holidays, be in front of people, post that you're still doing your workout, post that you're still having fun and enjoying, because nobody wants to follow somebody who is never ever going to eat another cookie ever again. That's just not possible. Be vulnerable, be honest, and that sort of thing. So that's my advice for the rest of this month. Announcements, be looking Super Saturday, January 7th, I believe. And I'll post a link to go into the online office, and you can see where the Super Saturday nearest you is happening. In Utah, it's Salt Lake, and I will be going up there. So anybody wants to carpool, hop on with me. And so that's January 7th. I know it seems far away, but keep that on your calendar. Plan to be at your Super Saturday. There's one in every single state, and there's multiple ones in every single state. So I'll post a link. Check that out. Number two is I am super happy to announce that we have had an advancement in the leadership ladder. And I'm going to do a video about what that is and how that will help you advance your business, focusing on helping more people, because it talks about how many of your coaches are hitting Success Club. And so it's about helping other people. So I love it. And Lena has advanced to team leader. So that means that, yeah. So
I don't even know what that means.
So you have your ranks, Emerald, Ruby, Diamond, but there's also different milestones in the middle where Lena is now hitting a certain amount of volume points. That means she's helping a certain amount of challengers. And it also means that she's helping her coaches be able to see success. And I know Crystal and Michael have been really super awesome in really great team. So congrats to Lena. And that's the perfect segue, because Lena and I were talking and she was saying things and I'm like, I have said that. I know I've said that. But she has put a different twist, she's I want to say called the process a little bit differently. And so I really want Lena to share what she has learned through her own research and diligent seeking on how to create and I put a beautiful story, but making sure that it's about you. And so I want to toss it over to Lena to talk about the things that she's just learned, taken, and is going to run with. So I'm super excited to have had that conversation with you, and I'm excited to hear what you have to say to the rest of the team. So make sure you guys have pen and paper. I have a pencil, because that's what Scooter's using at his desk right now. Pen and paper, because you're going to hear things and it's going to make sense. You're going to hear things and you're like, I don't really know. Or take the things that hit you now and put a star by them. And then take the things that you're not quite sure of or you have questions on. Write these things down, because you hear these calls, National Coach Call, this call, webinars, things like that. And you want to have the notes to go back and go over the highlights and the points that really hit home to you. So make sure you have pen and paper, and I'm going to toss it over to Lena.
Cool. Okay, so I'm really excited about this because I am a person who asks lots and lots of questions. And the reason why I do is because you can't have an answer unless you have a question. So I'm constantly writing down questions. And for the longest time, I was trying to figure out my story. And I was trying different avenues, different things. Most of you know I'm a pretty intense exerciser. I love to sweat. I love to burn. I love all of those things. But here's the thing. A lot of the people that I'm friends with don't necessarily connect to my intensity. They are the person who's like, you know what? I don't even know where to start. I don't even know who I am right now. And so I had to come up with other things, other ideas as to how I can connect to other people. And what we've kind of called it is finding your funnel. So I've gone through and I've invited a lot of people, a lot of people. And I've gone in and had conversations with them, and I fed them through this funnel, and it was really, really full for a while. Well, the thing is once you get through that funnel, then what? Those are the people that are in your funnel right now are the people that you already know, that you're already connected to, that you've already built relationships with. But what happens when you now have people that you're only acquaintances with, or you just barely got friends with on Facebook, or you don't really know very well? What about those people? And those are the people that you've got to figure out how to connect them to you so that they can see you and who you are and what you're about. But if all you're about is fitness, they're not going to connect, because they'll start tuning you out. They're going to shut off their computer, or they're just going to scroll through their feed and, oh my gosh, there she is posting again about fitness. And so for this last little bit, I've kind of stopped necessarily posting my fitness pictures. But what we need to find is a value. You get to be, as a business owner, you get to be a question answerer. You get to be the person who has the answers to life's questions. So, but they're your own personal questions. So what are you thinking of? Things that you're struggling with personally. What do you feel that you need answers for? For me, I so long struggled with body image. I struggled with food and the relationship between me and food. And I would always, that was why my post came as it did today, because from experience, I've always put food on this platform of whether it's good or whether it's bad. And it was never just one, it was one or the other. And I couldn't have peace when I would eat a cookie or when I would have pie. I would feel this tremendous amount of guilt because I had made a goal. I wanted to achieve that goal. And then I would eat pie and I said, oh, well, I just threw that. What's the point of what my workout was today? And I would get so frustrated and beat myself up. There are so many people that are struggling with this same thought process, this same thing. They think to themselves the same things that I was thinking to myself. So how can I, through my experience, share what I've learned and how I am growing? This is how you reach people and how they become a part of your funnel. And you get them in there and you start answering questions. So they'll start liking your posts and they'll start commenting. It doesn't even have to be fitness related. I'm talking about food. But just the other day, I posted something about my hair. I found a trick that makes your hair from bone straight to curly using egg whites. I got so many comments and so many likes and so many people asking questions that these are now people that are in my funnel that I can continue to have a conversation with. Those people I can go and message, not, hey, do you want to join my challenge group? But getting to know them. Hey, I noticed that you said this about whatever, and start having a conversation. Don't automatically go straight to invite because people won't trust you and then they won't like your posts anymore. So you've got to start talking to people as if they're people, as if they're your real friends. I have friends that have invited me to lots of different things, but they have no idea what I'm about. They have no idea what I'm interested in. And they just send me this invite just because they like me and I like them, but they don't know what I'm about. They didn't even take the time to ask. So we've got to ask questions. We've got to start getting to the bare bones nitty gritty of people and who they are and what they're about. That is the only way that true connection happens. But here's the thing. If you are just messaging people, but your posts are all about fitness and you have nothing else to relate to them with, and all they see is this is what you're about, they don't trust you. And the reason why is because they're like, oh, at some point, I feel like she's probably going to ask me a question. So we've got to build a relationship based on other aspects. So be the answer to the questions. If you have a question, and I don't care what it is, and you don't know what the answer is, Google it. Oh my gosh, there are like a bazillion different ideas on one subject, on whatever it is that you have a question on. If you want to know how to curl your hair, if you want to know how to apply makeup, if you want to know how to dress to fit your shape, if you want to know anything, you can Google it and then be that information for people on Facebook. You convert that to Facebook. Be their answer. So I wrote down something, be a constant learner. And I said, we must learn to stand independent. It is so important to learn for yourself. Knowledge gained by one's own hand is knowledge that stays. If you are constantly that person who is going in and saying, hey, so how do you do this? Okay, it's great that you're asking questions, but did you first try to find it yourself? And if you didn't, why not? Why aren't you going in and trying to figure out for yourself what the answer is? Because listen, you guys, we are all business owners. And if you want this business to really take off and be that millionaire, if that's like your big goal, and you want to be like in the Millionaires Club or whatever, you cannot rely on other people for answers. You've got to be willing to dig and find your own. And it takes practice. It's okay to ask questions, but did you look first? Did you try to find it? Because I guarantee you, I've asked Lori, the first thing I asked Lori was, I had a question about something. She's like, you know what? Why don't you post in the team group? I'll get to you when I can. And a light bulb just like, bing! I was like, oh my gosh, yeah. Like, one, we have a whole team of coaches. That's what Team Force is a team of coaches. So hello, go to the group. And then another, why don't I figure it out for myself so the next time that this happens, I have the answer? It just light bulb moment for me. So instead of relying on your coach or whoever it is that you constantly go to, we've got to start going and finding our own answers, because that's how that information stays. I've become a nutrition and fitness expert because I am constantly studying fitness and nutrition. I have so much to improve on. My strength can improve, my eating can improve. There's so much that can be improved on, and I am constantly asking questions. Another way to be a funnel or to create a different funnel. Mine right now is kind of faith and fitness based. I'm a very spiritual person. And so I'm creating a group with a friend of mine. I don't even know if you would call it a group, but a page with a friend of mine that we are going to be focused completely on inspirational, faith-filled topics. Things like, what is faith? How do I find faith? This is a funnel for me to connect to people that have my same values and my same ideas and thoughts in that aspect of my life. I have another funnel that I'm creating. That's why I became Insanity certified. So I went and got certified. I met a lot of people there that I'm connected to on Facebook. A lot of them are coaches. Not all of them are, but a lot of them are coaches. And I'm able to see what they're doing. But I'm going to be doing fitness groups, free fitness groups, where I am teaching the Insanity program. Basically, I am teaching it as the group fitness instructor. I'm offering it free. I'm going to be offering a prize for those who bring somebody. They get to go into a raffle for a prize if they bring a friend, partner, whoever, to come to the group fitness class, so that I am extending my reach of contacts. And then as I learn who they are, I find them on Facebook, I get their number, their email, whatever, I can connect to them and start building a relationship based on who they are, based on what they're doing. So I am using that as another avenue. So I'm an Insanity instructor. I'm going to be doing fitness classes at my church. I'm going to be going to Alta High School, where my husband is the vice principal, and I'm going to be teaching the students there in a fitness class for PE. I'm going to be doing after school PE, or after school for the teachers to come and take a group fitness class. Because I'm at home. I'm at home all the time. So my Facebook reach is very limited because people don't know me, really, and I don't know them. And this is my way to extend my reach. Another thing that I'm thinking of doing is taking my Insanity certification, and I'm going to be doing YouTube videos and teaching moves, and possibly even teaching a class online on taking a group fitness class, as if I am like Autumn Calabrese or Shaun T, right? I'm going to be posting a video because I'm certified to do so. This is part of my funnel. So you've got to find your funnel, whatever it is that you connect to. Mine is fitness and faith. But what is it? There's something else that you're passionate about. I know that we have some that are piano teachers in our team group. We have some that are going through some hard things with spouses. We have people who love other things. They love food. They love creating things. They love art. Whatever it is that you are passionate about, besides just fitness or running or marathons or triathlons, anything fitness related, you've got to have a different avenue. You've got to have, yes, fitness is one, nutrition may be another, but then we've got to find a totally different aspect that doesn't have anything to do with fitness, but that can draw people in. And then remember to be the answer to people's questions. But you first have to ask questions. I have a lot of questions. I wrote them down today, and they may or may not relate to you, but it relates to my whole faith thing. It says, how do I yield my heart to God? What is my mission and my purpose? How do I motivate and inspire others to come with me? How do I manage my time and take out distractions? What matters most to God for me in my life? What makes me truly happy? What do I find the most joy in? Where can I find peace? Trust me, people are asking these exact same questions. And you better believe, as I find answers to these questions, that I'm going to post about it. And I'm going to share about it, what I find and what I'm learning. Be an eternal student. Be willing to realize that you're never going to stop learning. The moment you decide to stop learning is when you start taking steps backwards instead of steps forward. So we've got to start taking steps forward. I'm extremely nervous, actually, about teaching classes. And that's because I'm afraid I'm a perfectionist. And I want to make sure that I have all my ducks in a row before I take a step forward. But here's what I've learned. And even today, I was kind of in my meditation, I had this answer. I was feeling nothing, just this complete void, almost like a pavilion, right? That was over my head and I wasn't connecting. And I was like, what am I missing? Why am I not I'm not getting any answers here. And it was like, I feel nothing because I have done nothing, because I have not taken that first faithful step. When I've been given an answer, did I respond? Did I take that prompting and do something about it? I know that each and every one of you have either been asking questions, have thought about ideas, have gotten really pumped about those ideas, and then you did nothing about it. And the reason why you feel stalled or stuck is because you haven't taken the step when you receive the answer. And so my answer was, you need to start doing this and just jump in with faith. Trust that I've got you. I've got you. You are not alone. And what you do is good. And I gave you that feeling for a reason. Whether it's the universe you believe in, or you believe in God, or you just believe in your spiritual self or a higher level, whatever that is, you have received promptings, and it's time to respond to those and start acting on them and experiment. We cannot be afraid to experiment on things. You are a business owner, and I cannot stress to you enough how important it is as being a business owner that you experiment. And sometimes you're going to fall on your face and totally fail. You may post something and nobody responds to it. Take that and go, okay, why wouldn't anybody respond to it? How can I make this better? What should my next post be? Be thinking ahead of time, in advance, how you're going to do things. If you do that, you're going to fly. People are going to connect to you. They're going to trust you because you have become their answer. They look forward to finding your posts because to them, your motivation, you make them feel good. How many people do you return to constantly when you found an answer, or you've been spiritually edified, or you feel like tears because you watched a video that they posted, and then because of that, you've grown closer to that person because they're posting cool stuff like that all the time. It's true with us too. If they can connect to you on a higher level, they will always come back for more. So be the answer. Find your funnel, fill it with people, and make your dreams of this business happen through you being you. Don't be afraid to step out and get uncomfortable. Don't be afraid to post things that seem crazy. Like, if they seem nuts, you're more endearing to people because you're real. I am nuts all the time. I'm sharing with Kelsey all the time, and he's like, that sounds nuts. I'm like, I know, but I'm going to do it anyway. And you know what? It's amazing. It is an amazing experience as you step out in faith and see the stars kind of just align. So we don't know what the end result is going to be until we take that first step into it and then see it after you've done it. So that's all I've got. But
and right then Gigi comes up. Hey, Gigi, I love that. I love the idea of creating a funnel, and that's because we've talked about finding the 3 to 5 things that are about you, and and what is your story, but finding your funnel, and that is a great idea. And your funnel can then be placed on multiple channels, if you will. It could be Facebook and YouTube and Instagram or whatever it is. It could be face to face, but once you find that, then you are connecting to people, like you said, on something other than fitness, because there are so many food challenge invites, and there's so many challenge group invites, and there's so many free groups out there. And honestly, there's not a lack of knowledge, and there's not a lack of people who are giving away that knowledge and doing groups, things like that. So it's how you stand out is you don't do what everybody else is doing. And talking about, talking about, doing something crazy. I mean, I took a picture of myself in the bathroom, and I was like a real bathroom selfie because I actually wanted to take a picture of the bathroom because I cleaned it, and so, and it's funny too. Cameron's like, when we post pictures of Scout now, if she doesn't get at least 100 likes on the picture, he's like, take it down. But one thing I, like what you and I had talked about is Dani Johnson. And if you guys have heard me mention her, and so if you go to DaniJohnson.com, she's a great example. I'm always going to refer to her because she's a great example of creating funnels, because she has, something for time management. She has something for social media, how to use social media So no matter what it is you do, whatever business you're in, or even if you're just a mom who is like, I want to start using Facebook, but I don't know how. She has something about how to improve your resume. She has something for how to do, nail your job interview. And one thing she has is, a war on debt. So she has all these different funnels that she is answering people's questions and helping people with. And then she's helping them. And all of a sudden, Lena and I have been to her conferences, and people are like fanatically in love with her. And when she comes out with a new product in the question they had, when she comes out with something about how to help you with debt, how to help you with your job, how to help you with network marketing, how to help you with social media, how to help you raise your kids. They're on it. And it's not to say we're using this to manipulate people to buy things, but it shows you that she's providing so much value for other people in all these different areas that when she has something to sell, because she's provided so much value otherwise, there's no question they get it because they know that it's going to be valuable to them. And
Can I add something here?
Yeah.
I have to say, she has been the absolute conduit for me to actually recognize that I needed a different funnel. And she has been the biggest advocate for me. Like Lori said, we've been to many of her conferences. I've been to 3, 2.5. One I had to leave early because of an emergency at home. But I've been to her, and I have so many of her products. And and like Lori said, when she says something, and she says, this will answer it, I absolutely believe her, because she gives so much value in other areas, like other funnels. If you follow her and you listen to her radio show and you listen to her and the absolute conviction behind her voice, and she absolutely knows without a doubt who she is and where she's going. And it's the same idea for us as coaches. We know what we are, we know where we're going, and either you're on this train or you're missing out. Mm-hmm. And that's totally how she takes it. And that's why she's become my biggest mentor, because she knows what she's doing. Yeah. And I have her stuff for that reason. So.
And I want to say, if you might say, well, I don't know what my funnel is. And here's the deal. Like, we do have other runners on the team. And I'd even say, you know what, try to pick something other than fitness. But if you're going to sign up for a race, don't just post about your workouts, but it's like taking people on a journey with you. The idea is, okay, sign up for a race. And Breezy did this, from Idaho. She's not a runner. It was her first race, but talk about what shoes are you going to use? What shoes are you wearing? What stretches are you doing? How are you fueling your workout? How are you fueling your run? What is it like when you come home and, are you using a foam roller? That sort of thing. Like, take other aspects and, so if somebody wants to run a race, or has always been inspired but doesn't know what to do, doesn't know where to start, they can follow you. And you might say, well, I don't know. Well, that's where Lena said, Google, what are some good ways to stretch before or after? What are good foods to fuel, and create this journey with you along the way. That when you're running, your 20-mile run, you're going to stop and have some tears along the way. Write about that.
That's what I was going to say. I'm just going to say that. Have you ever cried in a workout?
Right.
I have so many times. Like, connect to people, like how that emotionally charged feeling made you push through. And because you pushed through, you knew you could do anything. Those things have value.
Connectability. People relate to that more than the person who gets up and nails their workout every single day. Like that. Like I said, somebody who's going to go through this season and they're going to be like, I am not going to eat any sugar in the month of December. Like, I'm not friends with you because that's not fun. Unfriend. No, just kidding. We aren't going to be able to relate. No. But you might say, well, I don't know. Okay, start a cooking show. Go on YouTube, create a YouTube channel and start a cooking show. And you may be like, well, I don't know how to cook. You want to know how many people don't know how to cook? Everybody. And you can say, I don't know how to cook, but I'm going to learn how to cook. Our first recipe is going to be XYZ. And you're going to videotape put your phone with a Scotch piece of tape. That was like the biggest aha moment. I was trying to do videos and Cameron came in and I was holding my camera and he's like, oh my gosh, your videos are always so friggin' shaky. I'm like, well, I don't know how to use your flipping stands. Like they're all like, whatever. He's like, here. And he grabbed a Scotch piece of tape and taped my phone to the wall. And he's like, seriously. And I'm like, oh, you know, but okay. So start a cooking show and say, I don't know how to cook, but here's the pans I'm going to use, or ask what pans should I use? You know, that'll spark a lot of questions. So pick something that you want to learn more about. You know, if you're in debt, how about for 2016, make that be your goal to start paying off your debt and take people on the journey with you. Start a group that says, if you have debt, let's try and get rid of debt. And so start a group and say, you know what, you don't have to post how much you're in debt, but you know, War on Debt, Dave Ramsey. I mean, there are so many different ways to learn more about how to pay down debt, and you share your journey and create a group and you start paying off debt, and hello, pay off debt and make new friends who are paying off debt. Like that's super cool. You're going to connect on a great journey. And I would say Danny Johnson has a great program, War on Debt, that works really well, or Dave Ramsey, or there's, you know, tons, or even saving. Like, where's that chart that says, like, if you save like $1 a week and then $2 the next week or something like that, you end up having like the compound effect, like an extra $2,000 by the end of the year, sort of thing. Start a group and just say, who wants to join me and commit to doing this, you know?
And it doesn't even have to be just on Facebook. Like, seriously, if you get like War on Debt, or if you get Dave Ramsey and you have those DVDs, freaking host it at your house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, invite people to come to your house and be like, hey, you guys in this on me for 1 month. We're going to really, really focus on this, right? So do stuff at your house.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
Anyway, I keep adding stuff. Sorry.
That's okay. No, I love this back forth. Well, because Lena and I had this conversation. So these are the notes that I took down while I was thinking about it since we had our talk on Sunday. So I thought about how, you know, Cameron and I, a lot of people love how Cameron and I have a really great relationship. And I'm not bragging, but Cameron and I have worked really hard. We read a marriage book every quarter. So in my personal development, I have all these different books, but I read 4 books on relationships. And thankfully it helps because it also translates into the business. So it's both. But if I'm reading a book, I'm like, Cameron, you have to read this. So, you know, the 5 love languages, you know, 7 levels of intimacy, how to date your wife, you know? And so, that's one thing that I could really start doing is doing more about marriage tips, and not like I said, like that I'm an expert, but you know, Cameron and I want to do better dates. Like our dates have really been lacking. I mean, granted, we have a new baby, but I mean, that could even be fun. How to get creative with a new baby, you know, sort of deal. And so, you know, that's an idea. You know, you want to improve your relationship with your spouse in 2016, take people on that journey. Who wants to improve their relationship? People know me as huge personal development. And this is actually, I have a star by that. I can show you. I have a star by this one, personal development. I grabbed it. I was sitting at the desk. So this is you and Andy's. She's like, you wrote all over my stuff. I didn't have a notebook near me, but I had stuff. Kim and I were talking. It was her homework that I was like, sorry. Personal development. You guys know I love personal development, but one thing that I have a hard time doing is remembering what I read, and applying personal development is key. So people know I do personal development, but people don't even know what books I read. So I was thinking about starting, you know, a page, or I want to actually do like a YouTube channel on personal development books and do a review of the books I'm reading. And so do a chapter review of the current book. That'll help people who want to personally develop, connect with me, but B, it'll give me accountability to stick with my personal development and to use it and apply it and learn it and digest it and not just skim read it, sort of deal. So think about something that you want to do, you want to learn, you want to improve, and take people on that journey. And make that be one of the things you post about on Facebook, or you do a video. And it doesn't even have to be every day, you know, whatever you pick, be consistent. It could be a weekly video on the review, you know, of what you did, a weekly new recipe that you tried, sort of deal. So create that funnel and have people connect with you, not just on fitness. And then, like Lena said, be the CEO of your own business. Try things, figure it out, ask a question, and then look it up. And then if you don't know what it is, then ask in the team page or ask Facebook. Honestly, if you don't know, I mean, if it's not Beachbody specific, ask Facebook, and let that be a way to connect with people too. So I think that was it. I did Natalie Jill Lena. That reminds me, check Natalie Jill out. She's a personal trainer, and actually Chalene Johnson loves her. Chalene Johnson uses Natalie Jill's Pinterest training. And so she's a personal trainer, but she's actually even created her own workout DVDs. But she does workout moves, and she's created a website that not only then is a personal trainer website, but she has, are you a personal trainer that wants to promote your business? So she has that on her website, as well as then other different ways to connect. Are you wanting to do a business aspect with your fitness? So she's even done the whole other funnel connecting. So I think that's it. Any other questions? I feel like I never really know how to, I need like a slogan or some sort of thing, like to end the call. It's like, okay, that's it, bye. No, I love you guys, and I really appreciate all the support you guys have given me. I know I've been kind of hit and miss. It seems like 8 to 10 is going to be, I feed Gigi, Scout, Laurel, her name is Laurel, baby Scout, at 8:30, and so I'm on my phone, and then I put her down, and I'm able to have 9 to 10 specifically. So if you have a question, that's the best time to write me, because that'll be when I'm on. But I really love that you guys have helped support each other. And again, if you want a team tag, if somebody else has a funnel that's like yours, or if you have a different aspect, connect with each other and build relationships with each other too. And so that's it. Next week, I'll have a recorded overview of the leadership ladder. And I'm going to start using that more, and that's going to be where we use benchmarks for recognition, because that's just the way to see how you're helping other people and growing your business besides rank. And so we'll do that next week, and then I think that we'll just keep connecting in the page for the rest of the year. We'll see. I might change my mind, but I love you guys, and make sure that you are taking care of yourself this month. So that's that. I love you guys, and I'll end it there. So it's not good night, it's good day. And I'll see you in the team page.